Hello students, we today we will discuss the poem Ode to the West Wind by Percy Bysshe Shelley. In short, we call P.B. Shelley. So Shelley was a romantic poet. He was a late romantic. He was a revolutionary of all the romantic poets. He was born on August 4, 1792 and educated at Eton in University College, Oxford. So from Oxford, he was sent down in 1811 after circulating a pamphlet on the necessity of atheism. So he was a revolutionary from the very beginning of his student days. He married Harriet Westbrook but separated from her after 3 years of his wedding. Then in 1814 he left England in 1814 with Mary Wollstonecraft and married her in 1816. Shelley wrote this poem Ode to the West Wind in 1819 and this poem was published in 1820. Shelley did not believe in the customs and the conventions of the world. He was the singer of unborn utopia. Unborn utopia means he dreams of a different world from this world. वो एक अलग तरह के संसार की कल्पना करते थे. He was a little interested in the past and his eyes were fixed intently on the future. भविष्यवादी थे वो बहुत ज़्यादा. To renovate the world, to bring about the golden age was his constant aim, and this desire for a golden age can be seen in the concluding lines of the West Wind where he says, "O wind, if winter comes, can spring be far behind?" So he is an optimistic poet. He has a hope that a world of his dreams will be there one day. वो ऐसा सोचते थे कि एक दिन एक ऐसा संसार, जैसा कि वो अपने मन में सोचते हैं, सपनों में सोचते हैं, एक ऐसा संसार, अच्छा संसार उनके सामने होगा. तो बहुत भविष्यवादी और भविष्य के प्रति आशावादी वो थे. सो दिस पोएम Ode to the West Wind reflects all the traits of his writings. It is published in 1820 and this is the greatest lyrics of P.B. Shelley, and this is a lyric of great complexity, and this is an ode. As you all know, ode is a long lyric in the form of an address. किसी को संबोधित करते हुए जो लिरिक लिखा जाता है, लिरिकल फॉर्म में लिखा जाता है पोएम को, और वो बड़ी लिरिक थोड़े छोटे हो सकते हैं लेकिन ओड थोड़े बड़े होते हैं. कंपैरेटिवली जो लिरिक हैं उनसे बड़े होते हैं और एड्रेस फॉर्म में लिखे जाते हैं. तो इसमें पी.बी. शैले ने वेस्ट विंड को उन्होंने एड्रेस किया है. वेस्ट विंड को संबोधित करते हुए इन्होंने ये पूरी कविता लिखी है. सो this is an ode composed in the Italian verse form called terza rima. Each stanza is planned like a sonnet, contained 14 lines and the lines are in iambic pentameter. So every part of the poem, there are 5 parts in the poem and every part has 14 lines. So this verse form is called terza rima. And this poem is the greatest achievement, and this poem has a deep human and political interest, and this poem presents Shelley as the poet of nature, singer of endless sorrow, and the prophet. In the 3 sections of the poem, in the first 3 sections of the poem, it vividly shows its activities on land, in the sky and in the sea. मतलब कि कविता के शुरू के 3 हिस्सों में वेस्ट विंड किस तरह की एक्टिविटीज़ करती है एंड हाउ इट अफेक्ट्स द लैंड एंड द स्काई एंड द सी। जो धरती, आकाश या समुद्र को वेस्ट विंड किस तरह से प्रभावित करती है, शुरू के 3 स्टेंजाज में वो यही बात करते हैं। इन द 4th सेक्शन द पोइट आइडेंटिफाइज हिमसेल्फ विद द वेस्ट विंड विच मेक्स ग्राउंड फॉर अ न्यू रिवोल्यूशन and he hopes to bring about a new social order with the help of the west wind. His words sweeps along with the rush of the wind. Metaphor succeeds metaphor. So he has used a lot of metaphors and similes in this poem in order to describe the actions of the west wind and its impact on everything. So west wind is the symbol of power here. In this poem it is presented as a symbol of force and power. The poem embraces within its vast sweep the whole universe, the earth, the sky and ocean, and then for the time concentrating upon the poet's own personality, it reaches out to the whole mankind. Naturally, this poem reflects that the poet is depressed, he had no peace of mind. So this poem embodies his revolutionary and reformist zeal, his lofty idealism and invincible optimism despite the crushing circumstances of his life. And this poem is indisputably the greatest ode in the English poetry. So we will discuss these stanzas in the next video.